Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is me, your boy Chris, aka Wonder Kid Tino, and I'm just making this video to let you guys know that I am no longer a Bubbleboy artist. Bubbleboy was never my character. It wasn't a character that I created. I was the illustrator slash animator for Bubbleboy. Bubbleboy was my friend's character. That I just decided to help him out on, to design and to animate. And yeah, I made the decision to, just go my separate way and basically, just do my own thing with my character or characters. And boy, not creating Bubbleboy, but drawing Bubbleboy for 3 years was very beneficial to me. Just in my artistic illustration slash animation journey. Me and Giannis, we grew up together. He was the creator of Bubbleboy. We grew up together, and he was already drawing Bubbleboy when we were like 12 and 13. And fast forward to years later, down the line when we reconnected, for some reason, I couldn't come up with a character on my own at the time. I was really brand new into animation. I was, decent with illustration. Character-wise, was still somewhat new, but I also come from an art background. Anyway, so I was, ready to challenge myself in something. And he gave me the blessing to basically revamp his character into the modern time of what I presented to you guys recently. And yeah, man, and it was cool, man. It was about like 3 years of overall just illustration, just getting used to the design, getting used to the style that I wanted to present him in. But I would say like more of just getting more comfortable with my style. 3 years, man, and it was one of the first characters that I decided to animate. And through Bubbleboy, I was able to take animation a lot more seriously and really understand it at like, I really do have a talent in animation. And through Bubbleboy, I was able to create my character Bubblegum, and basically we were going to join forces with Bubbleboy, his sidekick Soapy, and then Bubblegum was going to be like the third wheel added to the group. And it was just going to be a team of us. But honestly, for me, man, once I did Bubblegum's story with the Hoodlum. Now, I've done Bubbleboy animation prior, just with certain things, but I didn't really have a story for her or really understood her origin story yet then. But when I started to really work on the character, really work on the story, because we were working on the story with Bubbleboy, so I was just like, well, when it's my turn, what is the story that I want to communicate to the audience with Bubblegum that's relatable to the inner cities, relatable to me, growing up as well as a kid. So once I figured that out, once I did Bubblegum's Hoodlum animation that I did probably about like a little over a month ago, that's when I was just like, I think I have something here. And I wanted to just continue to work on it. So I was just like, hey man, instead of me just not putting enough energy into Bubbleboy as I would do for Bubblegum, I would just rather just go our separate ways. And he was cool. He was just like, look man, you did what you can do with Bubbleboy. You fell in love with Bubbleboy. but Bubblegum is your character, and that's your, quote unquote, child, basically. And I was like, you're right, man. So shout out to Giannis for letting me, be a part of, Bubbleboy's journey in that particular aspect. And I wish him all the best in his endeavors. He does do animation. He's a stop motion animator, so he's going to continue to, present Bubbleboy and to do his thing with Bubbleboy on his end, on his version with stop motion. So make sure to check him out if you want to continue to, see Bubbleboy and have updates on Bubbleboy and all those things. Check his channel out or follow him on Instagram for that info, and I will give you guys the info either in the description or towards the end of this video. But shout outs to him, man. So yeah, that was basically it, man. Just went our separate ways, and for me, man, this is just the beginning of Bubblegum. As I said earlier, I did release Bubblegum Hoodlum, and I'm just excited for what's to come. I got a lot of ideas. I got a lot of animation. I guess you can basically call it a series now. A series of Bubblegum, animation. I don't really look at it as a main storyline of what I'm telling you guys, but just look at it as, if I can put it, as filler, like filler stuff, kind of more B-side stories. Nothing that's like a major overall story, but just certain aspects, of it that I could turn into pretty much a storyline. So yeah, Bubblegum is definitely going to be the main priority, of this channel, because she's a superstar, of this channel. Let's see what I'm missing. Also, getting back to Bubbleboy a little bit, I will still have my previous works that I've done of Bubbleboy on the YouTube channel. So if you happen to see it on the YouTube channel, it's still going to be on there. I still own the copyrights, but anything, modernized or in the near future, you're not going to see Bubbleboy no longer on my channel. So, and as far as for channel updates, so far, basically of just presenting myself more on this channel. Basically, like with this video that I'm doing right now, where you guys are seeing my face and I'm able to, really communicate with you guys, showing a little bit of transparency, but mainly just to still focus on the channel, the characters. I'm thinking about doing vlogs when the appropriate time to do them. But mainly also too, I would say the number one priority outside of Bubblegum is really going to be on my podcast, episode talks. I've done episode talks before. I haven't uploaded an episode, but I do have one that's going to be coming out pretty soon. And yeah, I like to do those. I don't really care about like views and all that per se on that stuff, but I do like to do that. It's just another aspect I'm able to not just communicate with you guys, but also to share just some input on some game, as far as like what inspired me as an artist, particularly as a superhero artist, animation tips, all of that stuff. I want to present to you guys, and just have fun, man, and where you guys can learn something and feel inspired, because overall, man, what I've learned in this journey of life, being a 33-year-old man, nothing is too late, man. Life is too short to limit yourself. So it doesn't matter what time period you start in. As long as you start, then you have already, outbeaten numerous of people. And, I've been on a journey throughout basically a little over 10 years of my life, and I feel like, I have things to share, I have things to talk about. I'm not the richest man, in the world. I'm just a regular person like everybody else, but this is what I love to do. Regardless of whether, money and all that stuff. I mean, it's cool to get, but that's not like the main priority. The main priority is to do what I love to do. Share wisdom and knowledge, and that's about it, guys. So, yeah, man, it's gonna wrap things up. Yeah, man, got some new content on the way. Other than that, I see you in the next video, and always remember, Jesus loves you. Have a great day. Peace.
Hey.